How you doing, folks? My name is Avery. I'm a photographer, videographer. I'm here with Lance, who's a studio director, and also he specializes in live streaming and podcasting. And welcome to the very first episode of ISO Insiders. We're filming this out of our studio here in Hartsdale, Westchester. And what we do here is just talk about different type of technology that we're interested in, such as anything to do with cameras, audio streaming devices,
Mhm.
podcasting equipment, and even drones, because I used to mess with drones back in the day. So hope you like the content. We're always here about adding value to you guys' lives, talking about experiences with these products, or even if we don't have them in studio. Oops, I just hit that. Even if we don't have them
Don't
in
break the mic.
I'm sorry,
It's expensive.
we break the mics, and I gotta bring it. Then we gotta bring in another one that we can review, right?
Exactly.
One of the more expensive ones that you like.
There is a more expensive one to these mics.
Well, let's get sponsored first before we start over here bringing in the new mics.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, today, what are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about the what's it? The
Video
Rodecaster,
switcher.
the video switcher.
Yeah.
All right. So, full disclosure, we don't have one of these. Rode just announced
No.
this like a couple of days ago. It's definitely something that can really help us on gigs, and I know Lance is excited about this because this fits in well with his expertise. So,
Mhm.
Lance, I'm gonna let you take it away with this. What is this product?
So Rode is spelled RDE. Sorry, RODE.
Then they got like a O with like a
They have
line.
like a
That's like a
slash.
slash. There's probably like a
Right.
technical name for that letter.
Yeah, I forgot what it's not an umlaut. That's something else. But it's an Australian company. They've been pioneering podcasting for a while now. So even what we're recording on, we're not even using a Rodecaster. Rodecaster Pro is what kind of like everybody named Mama bought one of those things.
Mhm.
It was like $600 at the time, and it has really good amps and it's just a really good piece of tech as it is. Maybe we'll upgrade to that one. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a really good stuff. But so they came out. This is something I saw like a month ago.
Mhm.
Like someone kind of leaked it, and then boom, there was like B&H was like, "Hey, we're gonna have this big event." Da, da, da. I was like, it's gonna be video.
I remember when you hit me up when you saw that, you was like, "Oh, this is gonna be exciting."
It's gonna be video. I was like, and then boom, there was like, it's Rodecaster Video. That's their new thing. So pretty much what they did, they took the Rodecaster Pro and then they took a video switcher and then like they just threw it into one thing. And what it is, if you're not familiar with what a video switcher is, it's like a glorified capture card,
Mhm.
but with multiple inputs. So this one can do, I think, up to 4 HDMI level inputs
Mhm.
for cameras, consoles, computers, anything that can output video over HDMI. You can just plug it in.
So if you wanted to put like an Xbox or like a
Yeah,
PlayStation, it'll.
yeah, a Switch, whatever has an HDMI on it, you can put it in there. It will show up.
Do you think like an Oculus Quest 3 or Quest 2S would work on there too?
So
What the viewer seeing?
interestingly enough, it does have 2 USB-C connectors on there.
Mhm.
I don't know what the speed of those ports are, but you can then plug in USB-C or something that's over I think it's called UVC. Don't quote me on the technicals of that, but it's it allows you to it's allows you to plug in 2 USB-C connected cameras,
Mhm.
like USB-C. Hell, it could probably even be your tablet or your phone or even your webcam, like your really fancy webcam.
What if I wanted to use like a handheld gaming device? Like for instance, I have the Logitech G Cloud
Oh,
with the update, it outputs video through
USB-C.
USB-C. But then you also have devices like possibly the Steam Deck OLED or the Legion Go or the MSI Claw. I think all of these devices are capable of putting out video.
Yeah.
Can somebody technically take that same source and plug it into the Rodecaster video and stream it from their hands while like they have a camera on
Oh,
them? Is it
I
possible
mean,
for that?
I don't see why not, because it's supposed to be able to receive that signal over USB-C.
Mhm.
I wish we had one so we could test that theory, but even with like the more modern cameras out there that can now you can use as a webcam,
Mhm.
that's pretty much what it's doing. So it's just taking that signal off of that and then turn it into video and stuff like that. So technically, this thing can do up to 6 video inputs. with the 2 extra USB-C and stuff like that. And I think it has 2 other USB-Cs that allows you to hook up their other newer Roadecasters, so you can get like really great audio into it. So you don't have to, figure out how you're going to get audio into your video and stuff like that, right? But the device itself is mainly meant for you to have this kind of production. It's like a small studio production, one-man band sort of thing.
Okay.
Allows you to switch different angles, switch to different scenes, like how you would do in OBS. OBS, you have to go in and create all this stuff in software, create your different scenes, yada yada. But with this thing, it's all in hardware. So it takes off a shit ton of resources off of your computer. And not only that, it can encode and transcode. That means it can stream and record at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And transcode your stuff out to folks.
What kind of quality are we talking about streaming wise? Can you get out of this thing?
1080p 60 at the moment.
No 4K?
No 4K. Funny enough, so they have another product called the Streamer X, which does 4K 60, right?
I've never heard this one.
The Streamer X?
Yeah.
Oh man, let me share real quick on the screen right here.
Is the price gonna make my head hurt?
It would have, but they just cut it in half. Let's see here.
The Streamer series?
Where is it? It's not on their website anymore. That's kind of weird. Let's there it is.
I was saying, the Streamer series.
So yeah, the Streamer series, this the Streamer X.
Oh, that's not bad.
It went back up in price. Damn it. It was half price actually last week. So yeah, they had it slashed half price last week. So what this does is 4K 60. It's one type of I think it's only one
input?
One input and then a pass through. So you can hook up something like a PS5, Xbox, whatever, or even a camera, and then you do a pass through of 4K 60, and then because the pass through is for you, so you can see your game and play and everything like that. And then this is then you hook this up to your computer via USB-C, and you put that into something like Wirecast or OBS or whatever you use to stream out. So that this doesn't really remove a way to like take resources off your computer. It just adds more.
Okay.
If anything, but if it's just you, and plus as you can see, it has a full XLR cable, XLR connector in the back of it. So that means you can plug in microphones like these direct into it without a cloud lifter and stuff like that. So
can you connect the Streamer X to the Rodecaster Pro?
That's a good question. I don't know because they didn't talk about that. But I know you can connect other things like you can connect things like whatchamacallit, their new Rodecaster audio interfaces. You can connect those through USB-C. But I don't see why not this would work. Although I don't think you can. So even if you were to do the whole pass-through thing, it's not like it's going to send a 4K signal because it's going to downgrade it to 1080p 60. So you can't really trick it into saying, "Oh, I'm streaming out in 4K now." And I think that's a lot of people was asking that question: can it do that? And it's like, nope, it cannot.
So knowing the quality that we can output, who would be the best people that this particular device is made for? Like, what situations, what kind of gigs are they running that this device would be best for them?
So pretty much this can be used for broadcasters. So if you have like a small studio setup like we do and stuff like that. So broadcasters can range from you're doing something in your studio or something in a conference or whatever the case may be. Or for people who live stream all the time and they have all these extra gear and stuff like that. Video podcasts is a big thing. That's one of the biggest, this is the reason why we're doing this in video. So, and then, or a solo creator, like somebody who's just by themselves and stuff like that. Because or even like a solo studio head. Like if you just like you have your small studio and you have like small clients, like not to say small meaning they don't pay you well, but meaning like if you are managing a bunch of like smaller podcasts where it is, oh, I want video, cool. You can chuck this in your bag with your camera set up, set everything up, your lights, whatever, boom, record and everything like that. And then you don't have to worry about catching a bunch of angles and then going and resyncing everything, right?
Okay. Cool.
Which is a really cool feature with this thing out the box. It does ISO recording, right? So, which kind of talks to ISO insiders, right? It's like, So ISO meaning it's isolated files. So pretty much you're gonna, whatever you plug in, each one of those inputs will be recorded separately.
As a separate file, so you
Right.
can edit it after the fact.
Exactly.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so you can cover up a shot if you made a mistake.
Mhm.
You have a wide shot or a safety shot or whatever.
Mhm.
You can just go in and just kind of, or cover it up with like a slide, like like somebody who's doing like a conference and they have the slide, and then there was somebody cut too soon on one end. It's like, okay, let's just use that because everything will be in sync, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, it'll be out of sync when you're switching these type of things. So you don't have to really worry about it. And that's like one of the features that it comes out of the box with, which is quite amazing for, I'm not gonna get into the price just yet, but that's like, but I would say like, for me, like, let me go over my top 3 favorite like features from it, right?
Okay.
The first one, audio, right? The crazy part about it is on the back of this thing, it has 2 full-size combo XLR inputs.
So we could put 2 of these right into there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or a guitar or an instrument.
Oh.
Because it's a combo jack. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can like, like you want to be on your little ukulele or whatever.
Like, just somebody playing with a guitar or something
Exactly.
like that.
Exactly. So it's like when it comes to like the audio portion, it has a headphone jack, like a not the 3.5, but a 1/4 inch. So you can fully plug in, and it has audio out, meaning you can hook up to like studio monitors and stuff like that. So whatever is coming through that can just go out into bigger spaces and stuff like that. So that's pretty damn cool.
Okay, wait. How much is all this? How much is this device? Because that sounds pretty amazing.
Well, I get to my other 2 favorite.
That was wait. That was only one feature. I thought those were 3 features in one.
So this is all audio.
Oh,
so, right?
okay.
So the audio part, and this is the second part to the first feature, which is it can receive up to 2 Bluetooth connected wireless devices, meaning audio. So the Rode Wireless goes and stuff like that.
Ah.
So even though you can connect to 2, then you can connect
more
people. Well, 2 more. So wireless, like, so their wireless interview mic or their wireless mics and stuff like that, and that kind of comes in over Bluetooth directly into the system.
Do you think that's only Rode, or can like the DJI mics work as well?
I think it's, knowing them, it's probably just Rode.
Okay.
But it'd be cool if it was just any sort of Bluetooth sort of thing. But I think right now it's just Rode. They might update that in the future. Who knows? But the next thing that comes out of it, which is you can build your super source scenes, right? Meaning, so when I'm talking about super source, when you're watching news, you see those, like, you see the talking heads and then boxes and stuff like that. This is built into that. So you can just connect to your computer, build out your scene. And the really cool part is, instead of being locked into where a person is in your scene, you can actually move it around independently of where your boxes are and stuff like that. So you can center people without telling them, hey, move your camera this way, move your camera that way, sort of thing.
Oh, so that really works well if you have like a remote client too as well.
Exactly.
So this device saves you a lot of time.
A shit ton of time, especially with something like that,
Okay.
Doesn't mean that your stuff is going to look great because you're remote. But it is what it is. And my, I think my third favorite feature from it is, I mentioned earlier, the ISO. It comes out with ISO recording. Like it's just ready to go. Boom, you're good to go. Besides the streaming part and everything like that, but it's like having all that right there at your fingerprint. That's at your fingertips. Sorry, is a game changer for a lot of people. So it's like it can just help. You can plug in a USB-C hard drive into it, and you know what? I lied about my third favorite thing. I just remembered. My third favorite thing is video playback built in. That means you can load up a bunch of files that you want to play, put it on they have a micro SD card, pop it in there, boom, you get video playback right away that you can mix right into your scene. So full motion video, whatever you want, a commercial, animated scene, whatever, all that stuff work.
So you could literally be streaming and then you want to put a commercial break and you just bring it up and play it.
Exactly. And that's built into the system. You don't need a separate piece of device to do that sort of thing. Or a piece of software or something like that. So you don't have to like sacrifice one of your inputs and stuff like that. So those are like my 3 favorite. But now the price, $1,200.
Okay, but to be fair, the amount of features that are built into this thing, I feel like if you try to do this separately with a bunch of different devices, because let me ask you this. What if you want to do this right now, right? Alternatively, what this little device can do, What kind of devices would we need right now to do what that one device can do?
Oof. So there are a few companies out there like New Tech and Blackmagic that create video switchers. I think there's a few other companies like Yellowbox. There's another
I think
one.
we have a YOLO box here, don't we?
We have a Yellowbox
Uh-huh.
Pro,
Uh-huh.
and we have ATEM, the ATEM ISO SDI Extreme.
Oh, the big one on your desk.
The big one on the desk.
Yes.
So they cost around the same price for pretty much not with everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you want ISO recording, you do have to pay a little bit extra for that. But if you want also video playback with the ATEM,
Mhm.
you have to get yourself a hyperdeck, which costs an extra anywhere from $300 up to $2,000.
So we're already looking at somewhere like $3,000.
Exactly. You're blowing stuff out of the park already. But if you have a YOLO box does have that stuff built in
Mhm.
and stuff for that. But if you want the one that can do ISO recordings and stuff like that, you would have to spend, I think, around $1,500 or more. And that's the YOLO Box Ultra.
So right now, this is still looking like the better deal in terms of all the capabilities built into the device, especially
Right.
for one-man bands.
Exactly. Because if you want 4K, because a lot of people are asking about that, but what people don't quite realize about 4K, that the amount of computation that takes is
Mhm.
kind of insane. And on top of that, the file sizes are atrocious. So, we don't.
It's a trade-off. It's always a trade-off.
It's a trade-off, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's face it, most people do not, even like big broadcasters, they don't stream out and they don't broadcast in 4K.
No, they don't.
It's 1080.
It's always
1080
1080.
30. Not even 60. It's 30 or 24. So it's like, and it's like the 4K, that's like more specialty.
I thought soap operas were broadcasting 60 frames per second.
I think it is, yeah.
I think it's an extra sharp look.
The video kind of look, yeah.
I have Young and Restless playing in the back of my head.
So it's like it just really depends on your content and stuff like that. But if you are the person that's doing this sort of thing, you're shooting a podcast, you're making content, you're just going live and stuff like that. 1080 60 is good enough.
Yeah.
And then on top of that too, let's face it, a lot of these other, when you're streaming to stuff, this is a little bit more technical, where it's like the servers that these companies have can't really handle these things well, because you would have to pay way more money because of the compression software, yada yada, that sort of thing. But yeah, to even have playback, you need to spend way more money. To get 4K is way more money than $1,200. But out the box, being able to hook up to 4 mics, 2 wireless, 2 regular, and even daisy chaining it to a Rodecaster Pro, which allows you another 4 mics, and then they also have wireless connections as well. You can have 8 people going at once. It's like,
This sounds like a conference setup.
Exactly. So you can but it would be really, it would sound good.
Or
and
like a panel, like when you have those panel with all the judges
exactly.
or people or the guest speakers speaking, like what we've done in the past before.
Yes.
Oh, so this could actually cut down a lot of stuff that we have to set up.
Oh yeah, and it would sound good, and then it would be it's just another daisy chain in the whole thing where it costs less. It doesn't really technically cost less. You still will start racking up a lot of money. So I would say, if you were to say put everything together, you still need to buy those cameras. So even if you spend $1,200 on that thing, you still need to spend another $600 on the Rodecaster, and then you need to buy those microphones, which cost another couple $100, and then the cameras are a couple $1,000.
This is just starting to add up.
It just started to add up. Yeah, so that's if you're going into things like, if you're trying to do video, they even have like the hands-free auto switching, which is pretty much means video follows audio. So as someone speaks, it then switches to that person.
I want that.
Yeah, but I've heard reports that it's been a bit wonky.
But yeah, that's probably going to improve as time goes on with firmware updates.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm not worried about that.
And that's like a big thing with Rode. It's like they release really big firmware updates, and then it just magically works and everything like that. So I think that Rode is probably going to revolutionize this sort of thing, which is, I think it's a good buy for if you really have that extra money burning a hole in your pocket, and you have that ability to kind of I can do this now and stuff like that. But I don't really see the average podcaster buying this thing.
It's not for them.
No, this is more for people with small studios, I would say anything from small, medium, or even large studios, would probably, or they want to even launch studios. They're like, oh, we want to do a podcast. Okay, cool. We'll spend $1,200. You know, that's nothing to them. And it's like, you know, so it's like it's a cheaper alternative and stuff like that. But like out the box with great audio, and then like again, I said it's more about your camera setup.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, but like I said, it does add up over time, regardless of everything like that. Just coming out of the box, you still need a bunch of other equipment as well.
Well, thank you, sir, for that amazing breakdown. And I see that will be something that we're going to be adding to our Christmas list, aren't we, for the studio?
I mean, we pretty much have everything that one has.
Yes, but I like the smaller footprint.
Yeah. I would say if we're doing stuff in the field, conferences and stuff like that, I think a all road setup with a lot of sense.
I'm a DJI man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convert me.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll like throw in like in the new firmware update. Oh, you can connect different Bluetooth stuff and see what happens.
DJI just got into freaking electrical e-bikes modification stuff like that. So who knows?
Yeah.
They might just throw. You never know where they're just going to come out of left field. I think there's a rumor talking about they're going to come out with a mirrorless camera soon because of the fact that they bought Hasselblad. So yeah, that's probably going to revolutionize the industry.
Okay, that sounds like a next topic. It's like if it when it comes out, maybe we can get our hands on it.
Yeah.
Then take it back. I'm kidding. But who knows how much it costs. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. These are not going to be very long, folks.
Yeah.
Unless we have a guest. It's like,
if we have a guest, we'll just let them sit next to us and they can chime in and, teach us something.
Or we can even talk about, we can get a remote guest. I have an idea for a remote guest that we can show.
Lord.
We can show really well with our setup.
Here we go.
The only thing that the Rodecaster video doesn't have, streaming bridge capability.
We'll get to that.
We'll get into that another time. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode. Hope you enjoy it. You can find the audio version of this wherever you download your podcasts or wherever you stream them. So, I mean, Spotify, Google, whatever. I don't know. Does Google still have it? I don't know. It's on YouTube now. But if you want to watch the video version of this, you can find this on our network, which is the Gifted Video Network. Also, there'll be a copy of it on GSN as well, and different clips wherever you will find it.
GiftedSoundsNetwork.com for those of you who are trying to confuse it, like what the hell is GSN?
Right, GSN is Gifted Sounds Network. That is our podcast network, and we're now working on a video network where this will be featured as well. So until next time, folks, don't forget to like, subscribe,
and
follow,
also comment if you have other devices or technologies that you're interested in that we might be willing to talk about on here, because you never know. There's also strange devices out there and also cool ones that we might want to talk about. So let us know your ideas so we can bring it on the show. Yeah.
Definitely comment and let us know if you have questions. Well, don't ask us too many questions. We're not tech support. Okay.
No, we are definitely not tech support.
You want to find out about what Rode doing? Go ask them.
All right, ladies.
Peace.